The great thing about cooking steak is that it's quick and simple. Combine that with distinctive, bold flavours and you can create something very special. I've got 4 very different recipes in front of me. Why not click on the one that takes your fancy and I'll give you a step-by-step guide on how to make it. Sometimes I really fancy a good steak sandwich. They're really quick to prepare and so tasty. Now for this recipe, I've got sirloin steak. I need to start by seasoning with salt and pepper and a touch of olive oil. Heat a griddle pan until it's smoking hot and then carefully add your steak. Cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. That's 2 minutes for rare, 3 minutes for medium and 4 for well done. Then remove from the pan, cover with foil and let it rest for 5 minutes. So while the steak's resting, I can saute the salad onions. Heat a frying pan over a medium heat with a teaspoon of olive oil, and while that heats up, slice a bunch of large salad onions. Cook these so they go translucent and start to brown. Just make sure the heat isn't too high. They should take about 2 to 3 minutes. Halve and toast ciabatta rolls under the grill, or you could use large pieces of baguette instead. Spread with a little mustard mayonnaise and top that with sliced tomato. Take your steak, trim away any excess fat and slice into thin strips. You can lay those on the tomatoes. Now don't forget the resting juices, they're full of flavour and we can pour those over the top. Spoon over the fried onions, top with baby gem lettuce, and finally a generous dollop of tomato chutney. And secure with a cocktail stick. And there you have it, steak and onion sandwich, absolutely delicious. If you want to see more, select another recipe. Worcestershire sauce is one of those condiments most of us know and love but rarely use. This steak recipe uses its distinct flavour brilliantly. It's going to serve 4 people. I'm using sirloin steak, but you could use rump or ribeye. Start by preheating your oven to 220 degrees C, and that's 200 in a fan oven or gas mark 7. Season your steaks with a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, a tablespoon of garlic salt, and lots of cracked black pepper. Brush with a little extra virgin olive oil and mix together. Then set aside until you're ready to griddle. Next are sweet potato chips. Take 4 sweet potatoes and cut into wedges. Spread over a large baking tray, or 2 smaller ones will do. Drizzle over 3 tablespoons of virgin olive oil, season with salt and pepper, and sprinkle over a tablespoon of sesame seeds, a teaspoon of garlic salt, and a teaspoon of paprika. Now mix it all together. Bake in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes until crispy. When your sweet potatoes have got about 15 minutes cooking time left, you can start to cook your steaks. You need to preheat your griddle pan on a medium heat until it's smoking hot and cook each side of the steak for about 2 to 3 minutes, depending on the thickness. You can always cook them a little longer if you want them more well done. Now, depending on the size of your griddle pan, you should be able to cook 2 at a time. Remove from the pan and cover to rest for about 5 minutes. While your steaks rest, make the mayonnaise by mixing a tablespoon of lemon juice, a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, plenty of black pepper, and 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Mix together well. So the steaks have rested and now I'm ready to serve. Plate up your steak, a generous serving of sweet potato chips, and the garlic and Worcestershire sauce mayonnaise. Don't forget the resting juices, they're full of flavour and we can pour those over the top. So there you have it, steak with Worcestershire and garlic mayonnaise and sweet potato chips. Absolutely delicious. The griddle marks on your steak not only look good, but they'll add really good flavour. Do you want to see another one? Just click. Cooking steaks on the barbecue is really quick and simple to do, and this lovely sweet lime marinade is going to give those steaks something extra. To make the marinade, mix a tablespoon of light soft brown sugar and the juice from half a lime. Pour this over 4 sirloin steaks. Leave them to one side for about 10 minutes so the flavours can infuse. So while the steaks marinade, I can make the salsa, and for that I need 275 grams of diced mango. That's a whole medium-sized mango that's been stoned and peeled. A diced avocado, also peeled and stoned. Make sure you use a ripe one too. Add the juice from half a lime, a de-seeded and finely chopped red chilli, and a small handful of chopped coriander. Mix together with a pinch of salt and black pepper and set aside. Okay, so these steaks are now going onto the barbecue. Now when barbecuing, make sure your coals are white hot and avoid any trace of flames because that will burn the meat and you'll lose all those lovely flavours. So you need to cook your steaks for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side, and that obviously depends on the thickness of your steak. You can always cook them a little longer if you want them more well done. Now if you want to cook these in a griddle pan on the hob, you can, just make sure that pan is smoking hot and you'll cook them for the same length of time. Once cooked, cover and rest for about 5 minutes. Then when you're ready to serve, slice the steak and arrange on a plate, topping with a delicious sweet mango salsa. So there you have it, barbecued steak with a delicious mango salsa. Want to watch more? Then click again. Stir frying is really quick and easy. It's all about the preparation. This steak stir fry will serve 4 people, and the chilli and ginger will give it a really Asian flavour. Now to start with, I need to season the steak with a little salt, black pepper and a drizzle of oil. Heat a griddle pan on a medium heat until it's smoking hot and cook each side of the steak for about 2 to 3 minutes, depending on the thickness. Cook 2 steaks at a time. You can always cook them a little longer if you want them more well done. Cover and leave to rest. And we're going to cut 4 centimetres of ginger into thin strips, cut a red chilli into thin rings and slice 2 fat cloves of garlic. Heat your wok with a tablespoon of oil, add these ingredients and stir fry for about a minute. And just keep an eye on it because you don't want those ingredients to burn. Now to the vegetables. I'm using 400 grams of mixed vegetables. I've got pak choy, bean sprouts, baby sweet corn, mixed peppers and spring onion. Add these to the pan with 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Stir fry for another 3 to 4 minutes and it's ready. Now take your steaks and cut them into strips and lay those over your stir fry vegetables. And don't forget those lovely resting juices. So there you have it, steak and chilli stir fry. This one's sure to be a real hit. If you're hungry for more, select another recipe. If you don't want one, I'm off.